it is I, Blue Box Angel, and I'm here for another blind commentary on Death Battle. Beast versus Goliath. I know Beast. I don't know much about Goliath. Hopefully I have more to say on this than my other Death Battle commentaries, because that's one thing that irks me. These videos get the most views, yet I barely say anything in them. It doesn't matter. Boop! Bit loud.
Some of the greatest heroes of all are shunned by the very people they continue to protect.
Basically the worst deal ever.
Like Beast, the blue genius of the X-Men.
And Goliath, the gargoyle who gives new meaning to the phrase tough as stone. He's an boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Now we're doing for Sprite Art on this one.
Mutation, the key to evolution. The process is slow, normally taking thousands of years. But every few hundred millennia, evolution leaps forward.
If that means we're all eventually going to transform into blue hairy monkey men, count me out.
Feared by most normal people, beasts generally begin to show signs of their uniqueness around puberty. Not so for Hank McCoy.
Yeah, the instant he popped out, it was pretty clear that something was different about him. Namely, the giant monkey hands and feet.
Yep.
That must have been rough on the way out. He better give dear old mom double the presents on Mother's Day.
Though Hank successfully hid his mutation from the world throughout his adolescent life, he was eventually discovered and shunned. Constantly harassed and eventually kicked out of his own school, he was left to wallow in loneliness.
Until good old Wheels showed up and offered him a place on the mutant group known as the X-Men. And took on the nickname that was previously used to degrade him and transformed it into something new. His codename, the Beast.
And the Beast. Now, for those unfamiliar with Marvel, you're probably wondering where the blue hair comes in. They'll get to it.
His superhuman strength, speed, and durability let him go toe-to-toe with baddies like the immovable Blob and Kraven the Hunter.
But Beast was a genius, like yours truly, and quickly completed his doctoral studies. Eventually leaving the X-Men, he became a leading researcher in mutant genetics. Desperate to cure the mutant phenomenon, Beast developed a serum which he theorized would temporarily counteract the mutated genes in his body.
But instead accelerated it.
Did the opposite.
Yeah.
Poor guy, now he truly was a beast. This transformation wasn't all bad though. Fuzzy Beast could now lift over 10 tons, run over 40 miles per hour, and jump over 25 feet in the air.
He also had a wicked healing factor which made him essentially bulletproof. But this was nerfed dramatically from healing instantaneously to over a couple of hours when Quasimodo's experiments turned him blue.
For a scientific genius, he never did quite figure out how to turn back to his old self. I mean, he's been able to turn into a Catman, Horseman, Blue Kelsey Grimmer, and even Sasquatch. Somehow he always ends up as his classic Blue Ape self.
Now unable to hide in plain sight, Beast had little choice but to return to the X-Men as a teacher and a leader.
As my research makes evident, it is possible to enhance the intelligence of mollusca cephalopod, such as the squid, to the same level as that of the average human. Even a little above average. I'm afraid
that nose. Sorry, I'm not used to seeing Beast with a dog nose.
Beast isn't just a genius, he's also a ridiculously strong fighter. He has survived hits from the Juggernaut, smashed open a tank with his bare fists, hit the ground with a punch so hard he created an earth-shattering shockwave, and lifted a solid gold oak tree.
A cubic foot
Hulk can lift a mountain.
Comparing the diameter of the tree to Hank's height, it's reasonable to believe that this golden tree weighs at least 60 tons.
Or a shit ton to be precise.
Despite his athletic skill and enormous strength, Beast is a pacifist, preferring diplomacy over fisticuffs. He is rarely eager to enter a fight. In combat, he usually relies on his teammates to throw punches while he holds back to come up with game-winning strategies using his brilliant mind. Like the time he figured out how to use Juggernaut's own bulk against him.
He uses more of his brain than brawn, surprisingly.
But when he gets angry, he'll enter a rage which makes him so uncontrollably fierce, he's a danger even to his closest friends, literally unleashing the beast within.
Beast's monstrous appearance remained a permanent part of his life. He was never truly accepted by society, and even had to leave the woman he loved for fear she would become a target of mutant haters.
But if he could have his way, he would spend his days hanging from the ceiling with a nice cup of tea, reading Shakespeare. But we don't always get what we want, so we'll have to settle for kicking ass.
Yeah, I guess.
Heart averted feet and many a tear in our opposite path to persevere. A minor poet for a minor obstacle.
1,000 years ago, superstition and sword ruled. It was a time of darkness.
Now, I actually did watch the first episode of Gargoyles, but that's it.
Of gargoyles.
And badass cartoon intros.
Stone by day, warriors by night, gargoyles used to be common throughout the world. Like the stone statues they inspired, gargoyles were known as protectors. Guarding their home and those inside was always their top priority.
It's not every day your garden statue is also your top-billed bodyguard. Otherwise, I'd have a shitload more long-nosed.
In the year 994 AD, a clan of gargoyles formed a symbiotic relationship with the humans of a Scottish castle. Using their superhuman strength, keen senses, and warrior spirit, the gargoyles defended the castle from invaders at night. In return, their human allies would watch over them during the day when they are most vulnerable, as gargoyles turn to solid stone in daylight.
The gargoyles were led by Goliath, a creature with a voice so sexy it makes humans turn to stone. If you know what I'm saying.
You are trespassing.
Yep.
Unfortunately, due to their beastly appearance, Goliath's clan eventually faced unjust prejudice from the very humans under their protection.
We are most seriously displeased to allow beasts in the dining hall.
These are unnatural creatures. No good can come from associating with them.
Yeah, say that to your best line of defense at night.
His closest human friend, causing nearly his entire clan to be smashed to bits. Then the few that did survive were magically sealed in stone forever by a misinformed wizard. Talk about a shitty Monday.
Sealed in stone forever, or until one very specific, seemingly impossible criteria was met.
The terms of the spell were that they would sleep until the castle rises above the clouds.
And when he says above the clouds, he means it literally. So, stone they remained for 1,000 years until in 1994.
Some billionaire with a name that sounds like an antidepressant just happened to be crazy enough to try something. Xanatos moved every last stone of the ancient castle to the top of a New York skyscraper.
Yep, exactly.
The cost of which must have been astronomical.
Don't disappoint me.
Although, if you are above the clouds, I don't think you would have an easy time breathing.
The curse was broken. The gargoyles awoke once again, and Goliath was tasked with leading his clan into the modern world. Despite being completely out of his element, Goliath adapted surprisingly fast.
You mean he was texting and watching cat videos in no time?
Yes.
This was the 90s.
Oh.
Oh, so he wore crazy colored clothing and used nonsensical description words like bodacious, radical, or...
Yes.
Jalapeno. Jalapeno.
Jalapeno! It's jalapeno! Pronounce it right!
Damn it.
Turns out Goliath was naturally suited to traverse the broad expanse of the city with his enormous wings. Though to be clear, Goliath insists that he can't fly, only glide on the wind.
Which I insist is bullshit. What else would you call what's happening right here other than
Yeah.
friggin' flying?
Regardless of
Ex-
direction
yeah.
and speed, it seems Goliath has no trouble gliding wherever he wants to go. He only has issue taking off from the ground, requiring an elevated point to start from.
Good thing you can scale giant skyscrapers from ground level without breaking a sweat. Goliath is strong enough to lift a car, create a small earthquake, and tear through steel with his bare claws like it was wet paper.
He's fast enough to keep pace with foes who use rocket-powered flight, and he's tough enough to survive a fall over 100 feet.
He was even able to keep gliding after being shot by a Nazi plane's machine gun while fighting in World War II. He traveled through time. It was weird.
Yeah.
May look like a brutal monster,
Seems like it.
and he certainly can be when he goes into a rage. However, he's actually rather clever and wise. He was able to outsmart Oberon, who is practically an all-powerful magical god. And when Goliath's not leading his clan into battle or struggling to have a relationship with a human detective,
Boundaries!
he's usually up in his castle's library reading.
Wise and powerful, Goliath is a true force of nature. For 12 hours of the day.
Right, the other 12, he's a motionless stone statue, making him a pretty easy target. Even when he's awake, Goliath often puts himself in danger for the sake of others, regardless of the risk.
Hey, he's managed to survive for over 1,000 years, and believe me when I say, you do not want to be on this gargoyle's bad side.
It's Goliath, and I belong to no one. Stop whining. A gargoyle doesn't whine. He roars.
I'm not whining, I'm complaining. This is whining.
The match are set. Let's end this debate once
You
and
get the
for
joke.
all. It's time for a death battle!
Here we go. Oh, come on! Come on. Blah, 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 blah. Stupid commercial. So that's how they're doing it now, huh? Here we go. Hopefully you have more to say. If you want to know who I'm rooting for, I'm still rooting for Beast because I'm biased. Hey, I don't care if he loses or wins. This is Death Battle. These are fictional characters. So they just see each other and, okay, let's fight. Not even gonna have an intro, just fight. Oops. Dang it. But just for that, I'm just gonna go back because I didn't mean to. It's just a bunch of grunting. Oh, I know Beast is getting a few good hits on him. I hope you have insurance for that. Well, whoever owns that car. Ooh! Oh! Wait. He still has the healing factor. Ooh! Well!
They never show you that shit on 90s cartoons.
Beast and Goliath were pretty even in terms of strength and speed.
That was the fastest death battle I've ever seen!
And experience. Beast was always more of a team player, preferring not to fight directly unless absolutely necessary.
And since Goliath spent decades defending his ancient castle in New York from Vikings, thugs, magic beings, and ghosts, his combat experience trumped Beast.
Also, be careful not to misinterpret Beast's golden tree feat. While it might sound far more impressive than anything Goliath has done, Beast did not actually lift the whole 60-plus ton tree off the ground, surpassing his usual feats.
Hey, one time Goliath got nailed in the back by an anti-aircraft round. That's right! Goliath got shot by a gun designed to destroy airplanes, got back up and dropped a radio tower on the fools that tried it.
Yeah, I had a feeling that because Goliath was more, durable, he might win.
Because gargoyles in his universe don't share the stone by day rule. And second, Beast isn't tough enough to stand against Goliath for 12 hours straight. Finally, Beast has fought somebody similar to Goliath named the Griffin, and only survived the fight due to his fellow X-Men Angel's help.
In the end, Beast just didn't have the heart to keep up with the gargoyle.
The winner is Goliath.
Okay, who's next time?
Next time on Death Battle.
Hmm? Ah. Okay, who's Snake fighting? Yeah, I get it. Solid Snake. Who is he fighting?
It's showtime.
What?
Hey guys, thanks for
Wait,
watching.
what?
I'm Ben,
What?
I play Wiz. And I'm Chad, and I play Boomstick. And next time on Death Battle, Solid Snake. We've had Snake requested over and over and over again for years, and actually a few different possible matchups. But if you guys want to see who he's fighting, make sure you go follow us on our social media. Is that @ScrewAttack on Twitter or Facebook?
Oh, come on, man!
Because we'll be announcing his combatant very soon. But in the meantime, be sure to
You're not gonna say who he's fighting, really?
Best of Death Battle, which is all about how Tony Stark's brain tumor once saved the world.
You know, I don't want to listen to you anymore. That's just cheap, man. Like, once I heard the ringtone from the communicator, I don't know the name of it. I don't play Metal Gear, but I am aware of the character, after all. If you've been on the internet for as long as I have, you know of Solid Snake. Anyway. Still, that's just real cheap that you don't even say who he's fighting. And what I think of the Death Battle itself? It was decent. I don't really have much to say on these. I'm just doing this because I want to be one with the crowd. Not really. It's just, hey, might as well do it. At least with doing commentaries on Death Battle, I have no risk of getting copyright strike. Hopefully. Anyway, this is Blue Box Angel, and until next time, goodbye.